Hello, Pisces. Welcome to your weekly reading for September 15th to the 22nd. It's for Pisces, Sun, Moon, and Rising. Let's jump right into it, Pisces. Here's the thing. This is going to be a really big week, okay? And I really want you to pay attention to what's happening. There's a lot that's not on the whiteboard, okay? You're coming after the lunar eclipse that was in your sign. Remember, that's not a one-time thing. You're feeling that. That's a process. You're still feeling. All right? You're going through changes. It's eclipse season. And the good news is you're coming after that, the weekend, right? The 13th, 12th, 13th, 14th with the Sun and Mercury sextile Jupiter. Absolutely amazing. I love that. This huge window of opportunity. Sextiles are windows of opportunity to help you thrive and prosper in your fifth house of joy and pleasure and romance and true love and family and creative projects. So really love that energy because that's going to spill over the first few days. You see what's happening on Monday. The other thing is that everything that's happening this week is really building up to the new moon solar eclipse in Virgo. Okay. That is happening on Sunday, and we'll talk about it next week because it's such a big thing. And this is just to give you visual reference because there's a lot happening this week. Like I said, there's a huge concentration of activity and alignments and aspects compressed between Wednesday to the eclipse. It's a big blob of astrology. And the other thing is this is a week of reality checks. You're going to remember this week. All right? Like your first hickey. That said, Monday, September 15th, speaking of, you have Venus sextile Mars. This is really great. I love this for you. You got Venus in Leo, right? And then you've got Mars in Libra. And so air and fire do really well together. So do Venus and Mars. And Mars happens to be in Venus's home. Venus rules Libra. So and Mars, is a good house guest when he's in Libra. Diplomatic, not like So very fun. Very social. This is a lot that has to do for you, particularly with work. Health matters as well. Colleagues, employees. So things could be really great. Picking up assignments if you're, contractor, things like that. All right. And Mars in Libra is in your 8th house. So it is like partnership building. It's wealth building and it's Venus. So there's something here to be said with partnerships, relationships, romance, love, collaborations in general, right? There's chemistry here. Venus is not only love and relationships, it's money too, okay? And beauty and luxury. And if Venus is what your heart desires, Mars is how you get it because Mars is action and it's a sextile. Again, you have to take that action. So please take advantage of this. It's amazing. Mars is drive, Mars is ambition, Mars is in Libra in your 8th house, which is part of your transformation, okay? 8th house is pretty deep, okay? Mars in Libra, but 8th house is very like investments, investing in your future, whether with partnerships, business partners, money as well. So I really love this for you. Now, Tuesday on the 16th, we'll talk about in the second spread. It's not on the whiteboard, but the moon is going to be in Cancer conjuncting Jupiter. So again, really sweet. Because Jupiter's still pretty much trining the North Node in your sign. So I really love this. Wednesday, September 17th, Mercury will be opposite Saturn. This is when let's talk. Let's talk. Here, also Mercury's going to be opposite Neptune too. That's happening the next day, but remember Saturn and Neptune come as a package deal. And this is an opposition you're going to feel days before, days after. Mercury's communication, its thinking, its ideas, its logic, its conversations, its travel, its transportation, your local community, all of that. Now, remember, Mercury's still in Virgo, right? You see Mercury's going to move into Libra soon. Therefore, Mercury's in Virgo at 29 degrees, that critical degree. This is powerful. All right? Saturn is in your sign. So there's that opposition. All right. Mercury and Virgo. Virgo is your opposite sign that rules partnerships, relationships, and contracts. Saturn is a little bit like he's put on his aviators at this point. And Saturn is the authority. And remember, Saturn moved back into your sign at the beginning of September. So I want you to think about Saturn being in your sign since March 2023. What were the lessons that you learned when it came to partnerships, contracts, relationships, love, marriage, all of that? Because Saturn's about to give you a pop quiz. All right? Saturn's life lessons. Saturn is karma. Mercury opposite Saturn. There may be something here where you don't see eye to eye with a partnership or about a contract. Now, you have to consider Mars in Libra. That's bringing in some legal matters. Remember, in your 8th house of partnerships and deepening relationships and wealth building, there could be some arguments, not seeing eye to eye, demand letters going around, things like that. So Saturn's being a little bit naughty. Now, the next day, Mercury opposite Neptune, which again, you're going to feel on Wednesday. Neptune, your ruler, your modern ruler, who's retrograde, I've talked about this, can be a little bit of confusion, deception, misinformation, which is a big difference from miscommunication, misinformation, okay? WTF moments when it comes to money, because Neptune is in Aries, and that is your 2nd house. So the difference, the 2nd house is earned income, money that you make. It's your salary, it's finances. Yeah. It's also self-worth and self-value if you're not here for money. Okay. 8th house, just your transformation. So the good news is Mercury's exalted in Virgo. So Mercury does really well here. Very strong. It's you being strategic, very analytical. Should anything come up in terms of communication. All right, with an authority figure, because that's Saturn. But it also can be you, because Saturn's in your sign, where you may be the authority. And they're just not seeing any eye to eye on this day. And if there is, it's going to be kind of hard. But remember, you create your reality. And so you can navigate this. Remember, it's all about the mind. It's all about being diplomatic with Mars in Libra. Compromise. That's Libra energy. Okay? This is going to be a time where you just want to be mindful with the conversations that you have, because there can be some surprises, and we're going to talk about that, because Uranus is also very active. But you can use the higher expression of Neptune. All right. And when I say that, Neptune is creativity. Neptune is imagination. So creative problem solving, creative solutions. But Neptune's also the arts and music and dance and film and photography. That's Neptune, hemisync, right? High frequency energy. So if you have to have a conversation, and again, for you, it will be likely. It can be a marriage. It could be your partner, significant other. It could be a business partner. It could be a contractor. It could be it's just one-on-one relationships. Yeah. It could be your bus driver, your lawyer. It doesn't matter. Wherever that energy is, just be willing to compromise and see eye to eye. Because again, there's a couple other aspects I'm going to talk about that can throw in a little bit of a wrench. The other thing is that, and yeah, by the way, if you do have to have a conversation with a partner, with a business partner, any of that, do it at a museum. Do it at, a restaurant where violins are playing. Remember, just be inspired. That's what's going to make the difference here. There's higher expressions of Neptune. All right. Now, Mars will be opposite Chiron the same day. And Eris, Mars' sister, is right on top of Chiron. And so Mars is in Libra, Chiron and Eris are in Aries. So again, these are the 2 money houses in the zodiac wheel for you. We'll talk about this in the second spread, where we talk about asteroids, planetoids, lunations, all of that, okay? It may be a day. Thursday, September 18th, Mercury does move into Libra. This is where Mars is a little bit excited to have company. That's great. We love that. Yeah. There is this focus on diplomacy and partnerships and marriage. It's Libra. Yeah. Contracts as well. And makeup energy. Remember, Libra being diplomacy. So if you have not been seeing eye to eye with people, here's your moment, right? Where you can make up, forgive and forget. This is all part of your growth. Now, remember that I said from Wednesday until the end of the week, there may be some moments. Well, all the outer planets are retrograde. Yeah. So they're at a standstill. They want you to reassess situations. They want you to move slowly, okay, to thrive. And what's happening here is that it really is crunch time. You're going to feel winds of change because every single planet from this point forward, the sun and moon and Venus and Mars and Mercury and Saturn and Uranus and Neptune and Pluto, all the planets in our solar system, other than Jupiter, Jupiter's doing its own thing. Yep. Other than Jupiter, all these planets are going to be, they're going to be between 28 degrees to 0 degrees. So those are critical degrees. And all the outer planets, a lot of them are just sitting there. Okay. And the inner planets, they'll be passing through those critical degree points. And this is a really big pileup right at those critical degrees. There's gravitas. And so here's the thing. With the outer planets at a standstill, asking you to go within, to do some introspection, to do some reflection, to reassess situations, to know what you want moving forward. They're not letting the inner planets do their work for you. And this is happening right at the time of the eclipse, but also the equinox. Also, Mars moving into Scorpio. Also, Libra season. There's a lot happening. And I did say in your monthly forecast that all the planets have come out to play hard this month, especially this week. And this is a schoolyard. They all have rubber baseball bats. And remember, Uranus trine Pluto is still active. And that is a tight orb. All right? That's all about breakthroughs. But it's also, if necessary, because there's a tangle of aspects that we're about to get into. If it's necessary, it's breaking things down for your breakthrough. Ultimately, it's a week of change, okay? Even 0 degrees, that reset point, 29 degrees, this culmination, graduation, all right before the eclipse, all right? So it is definitely going to be an eye-opening week. And especially for you with Saturn in your sign, with the fact that you just had the lunar eclipse in your sign. And it's really like, again, everything that's happening this week is all up to you. Yeah. You create your reality. And when I say breakdown for breakthrough, yeah, maybe you need to have a tower moment. Maybe that's the phoenix rising from the ashes. Burn it down, build it up, right? If you've been spending 6 hours trying to bake a cake and it's not working out, maybe you should try chicken pot pie. Try something. You know what I mean? Like, you might have some moments like that. And you're going to start seeing these changes come up in your world. All right? And you're seeing changes anyway. That's the thing. You're seeing it happen. It's eclipse season. You're seeing changes all around. All right? On the world stage. And yeah, I talk about in the Great Awakener. And thank you for everyone who signed up. I really appreciate it. One thing that I forgot, by the way, is that, yeah, the promo sale is still going on. The founding member sale. So it's all in the description box. It's happening to the end of the month. I'm very excited. We just got Alex Janelli. She's doing hypnotherapy sessions. I remember all of these live streams. They're all included. Anyway, free hypnotherapy. Now, here's the other thing that I was going to say is that, like, on the Great Awakener, I do talk about the economy and AI and geopolitical events and geophysical events, all of that. There's a lot of change happening in this week, like a reset button, like I said, because within from Wednesday, Thursday till about Saturday, Sunday, we have yods, we have kite formations, we have grand trines, we have everything, okay? It's a whole shebang of aspects and rare ones and complicated ones and complex ones. So with every planet other than Jupiter passing through those critical degrees or sitting right on top of it in opposition or squares, just expect your life to change. There is a kite formation, by the way, that does involve Mercury, Neptune, Uranus and Pluto. Okay, Neptune at the apex. So Neptune is like a beacon sending you signals to use your imagination, to be creative, to tap into your spiritual warrior. It's all about self-worth and self-value. And remember, Neptune is still conjunct Saturn. Yeah. Neptune's at 0 degrees. Saturn's at 29. So even though Saturn's back in your sign and they're two different signs, they're still a package deal. And believe it or not, Saturn, even though this week he's got his aviators on, he's still helping you turn your dreams into reality. That's what he's doing with Neptune. But this week, you just kind of have to, play by his rules and never forget you create your reality. Okay. It's all part of your spiritual journey. These aspects that are happening this week are allowing you to make change. But more importantly, they're allowing you to make changes you haven't made yet. All right. That's with the retrogrades. And remember, everything's energy. What you put out there, you receive in kind. If you're vibrating at a high frequency of compassion and love and gratitude, this week will be a piece of cake. All right, Pisces? And the good news is that, there's good news. We have that grand air trine. So we got Mercury in Libra, right? Trining Uranus and Gemini, trining Pluto in Aquarius, and Uranus trine Pluto, right? So there's your pyramid. At 1 degree, right? The point of new beginnings. And you will feel that days before and days after. And that's like a life raft, okay? Floaty, a big floaty. They're all air signs. So it's really nice. You have Pluto and Aquarius in your 12th. That's your home. You have Uranus and Gemini in the 4th. And then you have Mercury and Libra in your 8th. So what I see what's happening here, this works in your favor. This is favorable. Trines are the nature of Jupiter. There's a lot here that's happening with home and family in a big way for you. There could be some unexpected moments. A lot of you have already had that, where you've maybe moved. And then your 8th house. So transformation on a deep level regarding partnerships as well as wealth building. So money does seem like, you were going through some really big lessons about money over the summer with Saturn and Aries, but the bigger thing this week will be you making big announcements. Is very possible you receiving good news, very possible writing like a really compelling letter, very possible making changes. Pluto is really active, and Pluto's in your 12th. So what does that even mean? Pluto is a ruler of the underworld. So what's underneath the surface? What has to come out? What needs to be revealed? What is the transformation you seek? And this can be on a deep subconscious level, because the 12th house rules the subconscious. That's your home. So you feel comfortable here. But Pluto is very psychological, all right? So you could be going really, really, really deep with this trine with Mercury, which is the mind, yeah? So you get to use this, though, all right? Remember, they work in your favor. And this is a time where you want to ask yourself, what is the transformation that I seek? And what do I need for that transformation? Okay, this is going to be that week. And with the air trine, network, communicate, be social. It's air, communication, logic, thinking, mind. And remember, Libra is peace. And you got Mercury here. So this is making peace, forgive and forget. Like that type of energy in your 8th house with partnerships. Okay, now, Uranus trine Pluto, by the way, part of the Prism portal. This really is a core aspect driving you into 2026 and beyond. And this is that breakthrough energy. It's innovation, it's progress, it's light bulb moments, it's you making big change. Uranus is change. So a lot of this is going to be on a spiritual level. A lot of this is going to be healing for you as well. It could be like deep, profound healing that you're doing, especially because Chiron's really active as well. But in regard to home and family and the foundations of your life, there may be some activity here, okay? And real estate, by the way. The moon in Leo, by the way, will trine Ceres in Aries. And we'll talk about that in the second spread. I like that. Even on Thursday, Juno is going to sextile the sun in Virgo. So I love that for you too. We'll talk about it. It's very Robin Hood energy. I love that. So even with a tangle of all these yachts and kites, and again, just so many aspects that like you can't even, you would need like 4 whiteboards. It's a lot. But It's like 3 a.m. I got this big light flashing on me. You're the last sign that I'm doing, trying to get these up by Friday. Yeah, it's Friday morning right now. So let's keep going. Friday, September 19th, Venus and Virgo. Okay. Pisces, Venus, love, relationships, creativity, money. All right. Everything that your heart desires. In Virgo. So now, what does this mean? It's you scrutinizing everything that I just said. All right. Virgo is all about the details, the fine details. It can be a little nitpicky, especially with the health of relationships and work, relationships and work as well, and marriage. It's Venus, right? And Virgo is your opposite sign. That's Libra's home, 7th house. So it's very interesting what's happening here. Venus is Libra's ruler. So it's almost like a double dose of you really being very, very analytical and really dissecting your relationships or people that you're dating or, business partners or contracts. Like you're reading every line over and over and over again. Like that's that energy here. But there's that perfection energy that Virgo is known for. Now, remember that mosh pit of aspects that I was just talking about? That's still happening. And in this day, we do have a yod, which we call a finger of God. It's just really powerful. Just know this is a powerful weekend. The bigger picture, you've got the sun, the moon, Venus, and the South Node all in Virgo, okay? In your 7th house of partnerships, relationships, love, marriage, contracts, agreements. There are a lot of other planets that are not seeing eye to eye with them, all right? So remember, all that Virgo energy, South Node in Virgo, it's really releasing any self-critical, hypercritical, hard on yourself energy. You want to do that, okay? Don't be hard on yourself right now. Channel that energy into Virgo's higher frequencies of self-care and service to others. You are on a karmic journey, especially with a karmic node of fate, the South Node in Virgo, right? Really activated. So just be mindful. There's, at this point, things really have to go before you get to that new moon in Virgo, okay? And a lot of it, again, is like your perspective or healing. Let's just say healing. Let's keep it light. Healing. There's some healing that you might have to do in this area. And if it has to do with just cutting cords, that's what you have to do. All right. Other thing, but again, it's up to you. It's just the planets are saying, what are you learning? What are you learning? Are you getting trapped into the same karmic cycle over and over? What are you learning? What has to go? All right. Interestingly, the moon will be moving into Virgo with Venus at the same time. They're like hand in hand. So that's really wonderful. Okay. Very feminine energy, really nice. And therefore they will be conjuncting at 0 degrees in your 7th house of partnerships and relationships, building up to this new moon solar eclipse in Virgo, right? Partnerships, relationships, contracts, something big is about to happen for you. Okay, Pisces. And we'll talk about that in the second spread. But Saturday, let's talk about Venus and Virgo square Uranus and Gemini. There's something here where you could get a surprise or something unexpected message, maybe even like a little wake up call regarding money or love or partnerships or relationships. Okay. Especially with like significant other, there may be something with home and family, and it could be your relationship with your realtor, things like that. Uranus and Gemini, again, in your 4th house of home, family, the foundations of your life. So this air trine with Mercury, remember, that's helping you. And Uranus just wants you to shake things up anyway. Remember, out with the old, in with the new. Uranus is all about freeing yourself, freeing your mind. Uranus is all about change, expanding your consciousness, being willing to take risks and be curious and to learn and to have your breakthrough. This might be a big day for you, all right? Because it's Uranus. He can be a little chaotic, but remember, you can use these aspects. Don't let them use you. Have your breakthrough. The reason why I'm harping on this is because Saturn in your sign on this day will be directly opposite the sun in Virgo. So once again, there may be something here that where Saturn is making it, bringing a little bit of a squeeze in partnerships, relationships, and contracts. And remember, that is actually baked into the new moon solar eclipse in Virgo. So it's just something that you have to learn. Saturn wants you to learn something. He's the taskmaster. He makes you take tests, but he's also the authority. So it could even be a father. It could be a father figure. It could be a boss. It could be, we could go on and on, but you get what I'm saying, okay? And it could also be you. Remember that, because Saturn's in your sign with others. So this is a good day to ask yourself, what do you have to surrender before the eclipse takes you on a brand new path? Yeah, path. That's gonna be, again, you want to leave any baggage, right? Anything that you just know doesn't serve you well. All right, because these retrogrades. All right, so and remember, Pluto's also out of bounds. There's just so much happening this week where it's like this week would be like a 2-hour reading. There's a lot, but those are the major things. All right, so Pisces, let's get started. Let's see what's going on for you the week of September 15th to the 22nd. Pisces, Sun, Moon, and Rising. Oh, I guess that's for you. Oh, that makes sense. All right, so Pisces. All right, and I want to thank you all for all your kind comments and all your. It's just like I will do a live stream on just kind of like the health issues that I've been going through, and even Ruby as well. So I thank you so much for all your support and your kind words, and just it's been very like it means so much to me. So I really appreciate it, and thank you for being patient with me. And yes, let's get to your reading, to your spread. Pisces, I do a traditional occultic cross spread, offers the best overview for a weekly reading, and if we need to pull clarifiers, we will. All right, so Pisces, okay. You get a little owl. You like my new? I think that's a jaguar. Is that a leopard? I don't know. Pisces, you're good AF. Okay, so Pluto and Aquarius really, really like working wonders for you this week. And everything here. I don't even know what to say. Like, you got me speechless. Well, you do have the Queen of Wands. Wait, let me put that in this screen. Yeah, I have this set. Okay. Queen of Wands, amazing. All right. So looking at what's going on here, there really may be something. The Queen of Wands is the entrepreneur. So there could be something really great that's happening in terms of career. Like I said, you do have, Virgo energy is all about the workplace. And then you do have, beginning of the week, Venus and Leo in your 6th house. Okay, so that's Virgo's home. So there could be something, like I said, with assignments, career, work, colleagues, employees. But whatever it is, it feels like this big upgrade. Now, if you're not even here for that, it's just passion. She attracts whatever she wants. She gets whatever she wants. She's like Meryl Streep. She can walk into a room, she get whatever she wants, right? Because she has that confidence, and she has that glow, and she has that aura, and she has that charm and charisma, and she's so regal, and she gets it. Yeah. So I really love this. So she basically wrote the book on the law of attraction. Have that confidence moving into this week. It feels like there is something here where even like you're going to be looked up to. Okay. But she's very social. So remember, be social. You never know what doors can open for you. Look at that. You have the star in the heart of your spread. Open those doors. Have that confidence. Vibrate at that high frequency. You get what you want. And you see the reality that you're creating. Look across. The star in the heart of your spread. That's amazing. Really, really interesting. The star is all about healing. It comes after the tower, in fact. It's all about healing. It's all about wisdom. It's all about growth. Look at the water bear here, which, yeah, the star is attributed to Aquarius. So look at the water bear pouring onto the land as well. Look, it's working. Everything's growing. This is growth. It's fertility. There's this new beginning. There's this freeness here, this freedom. Like, she's naked. She's not wearing any clothes. She can express herself. She can be herself. She's being her authentic self. Stars aligning for you. So really great things are happening for you. And the star is Aquarius, and that's, you know, like I said, Pluto is in Aquarius in your 12th house, and that's your home, so you're comfortable with that. And that is healing, the 12th house. It's also spirituality, it's intuition, it's all of that. It's even it's very nebulous, as it's everything beyond the physical plane. So it's even like things happening behind the scenes for you. Okay? Now, you have strength in your challenge area. Just believe in yourself. That's all it is. Okay? Have that inner courage. Knowing anything is possible. All right? Very interesting, because the star, you see there's 8 stars. They're 8-pointed. It's card 17. 1 plus 7 equals 8. Referencing the strength card. So it's really interesting. There is this strength, this card 8. And so there's something here that, again, it's really this growth, this knowledge, that inner wisdom, everything I was saying, this healing, it starts with you having that inner courage, having that self-belief, but also that confidence is such a big thing with the strength card. But the biggest thing of all is that self-love, right? Strength, courage. The etymological root of courage. We go way back to Latin. It's cor, K-O-R. Okay? Heart. Corazon. Heart. It starts with the heart. Yeah? Open up your heart. Have that self-love. Page of Swords. There's something that you're seeing in a new way this week. And it's almost like there's something new that you're already moving into. And that puts you in this new mindset. And it has you very enthusiastic. And you have the 4 swords too. So there's that rest and retreat and more healing. This is great. This is great. It's like you're not letting anyone like really have this impact on you in a week where it's this tangle. It's like you've already gone through a lot. So I'm like, you already went through your eclipse. So that's why it's like, okay, I went through the hard part. This is going to be a cakewalk. The Emperor in your future. That's empowerment. Pluto is empowerment. You're good. You're absolutely good. He's a ruler of the land. This is someone who has, look at that. Look at that. Just again, this is just amazing. The Emperor is someone who is all about mastery of self. Whatever you're going through here is like, again, maybe there were lessons you had to learn, but you're growing from it, you're learning from it, and you're using it to your advantage. You're moving into place with the Emperor in your future, where it's like you're the ruler of the land, but also ruler of your destiny. This is insane. You're good. You got a lot of power. You're moving into a lot of power. Let's get to your set. You're making this easy for me, Pisces. Thank you. It's really, what time is it? Let me just, wrong one. If you like this reading, it'd be great if you like, subscribe, leave comments, Pisces, and then actually tell me what's going on. I really want to hear from you. Who hasn't moved? What Pisces hasn't moved yet? You're gonna. But remember to, like, it's like better place, or something that's more suited for you, like things like that. Okay, love you. Let's. I'll give you the owl. Okay. Yeah. I don't even know what to say, but like, you're good. 10 of Cups. Your card, by the way. Love it, Pisces. Just keep moving forward. Everything that you want, you're going to get. Remember, you have Jupiter in Cancer. Jupiter's a ruler, right? Your traditional ruler. You have Jupiter in Cancer all year in your 5th house of joy and pleasure, romance, true love. soulmate, family, children, all of that. Okay. And so I really love that for you because it's just like you're blessed in that area and you're going to start seeing Jupiter really work as magic. But I love that you see the happy couple, the happy family, you see the house in the back. Like there's the only rainbow in tarot. This is joy. It's a lot of joy. Just continue moving in that direction. And remember, visualize, put yourself on that reality. You're going to get everything you want. Look at all this power. You're going to take, too. The Emperor here. You got the Knight of Swords. I really love it. I feel like there's someone here on your side that's could be like a motivator for you. Someone that's really talking the talk, walking the walk. This is someone who's fearless as well. Look at all these fearless people that you have. Yeah. Page of Swords, Knight of Swords, Queen of Wands. You got the Queen of Swords. You got the 3 out of the 5 courts and the sword suit, mental suit, air, right? But this is amazing. Look at him. He goes into the storm. He has no fear. And so this is really great. With the Emperor, that can be really strong. Just remember, it's in your external factors area. So if anything, there could be, it feels like a little bit of like peer pressure. It could be someone that you are working with that could be a little bit impulsive, and just be mindful of that. Otherwise, I do like it because it's movement. Yeah. And again, the bigger energy is like there may be someone that is, on your journey that is motivating you and, really, excited to be on this journey with you as well. And, maybe even inspiring you. But it's, again, just fearless energy. Very mentally stimulating. Queen of Swords here. Really love that. Yeah. This is a week where you're going to want to make really just... She's all about integrity, like really honest, being honest with yourself, facing your realities, true perception, making really smart, bright decisions that are just. And that's a lot of what you may be seeking this week, especially with all this Libra energy. Yeah, your 8th house. She is Libra. Lovers in your final outcome. Wow. Remember, partnerships and relationships is one of the biggest things that's happening for you right now. And even contracts and agreements and unions and things like that. And you do have the Lovers here in your final outcome with an archangel with a full blast of the sun, which is optimism, opportunity, choices. I mean, you're really good. I don't even know. You got options. You're moving into like a lot of options, but even like decisions too. But I don't even know what to say. Like, you only got 2 pip cards? It's gonna be a big. It's a week. It's gonna be a big week for you. Navigate it and just don't lose any. Remember, wherever you find that source of strength, always tap into that. Okay, always, whether it's God or the universe, your children, Fritos, whatever it is, always tap into that. Whatever brings you strength. That 2 of Pentacles that popped out, yeah. There's just a little bit of like, okay, it feels like there's something new you're moving into. And so there's that balance, right? There's a little bit of imbalance in that card. So it's finding that balance, like your flow as you move into this new energy. This powerful leadership energy. Look at all these court cards. Gosh. Anyway, you're good. You don't need any clarifiers. Pisces next week is big. Okay. As you know, you got that new moon in Virgo and your 7th house of partnerships and relationships and contracts. Solar eclipse, right? You do have Mars moving to Scorpio. He's really happy. Okay. Leaving Libra. Really happy. It's been many years. And of course you're gonna, fellow water sign. Anyway, we have the equinox. We have a lot happening next week. Yeah, and the second spread, yeah, we'll go over the planetoids, asteroids, all that. The other half of your forecast. And we'll pull more cards. And yeah. Anyone's welcome to join. Tier 3 members, you know where to find the link. Really good and legendary members. Y'all are amazing, Pisces. Thanks so much. And I'm sorry for this light. I'm going to let you go. You're good. I'm very excited for you. I'm very excited for you. This week is going to be a cakewalk for you. All right. Thanks so much, Pisces. I'll see you next week. Bye-bye.